you know that in Germany, citizens are forced to pay for state TV? This has been going on for decades. The official justification is that state-run channels remain independent and inform German citizens without bias. Critics argue that this promise has been broken, since many people say the right-wing party AfD was reported on unfairly. But to me, that's not even the real issue. The real problem is that Germany leaves little room for individuality. In the comment sections on social media on this topic, many Germans say that if the news were truly neutral and didn't mistreat the AfD, they'd be fine with paying for it. So once again, they miss the point. I follow a YouTube couple, Deanna and Phil. Deanna is from the US and moved to Germany to be with her husband. In one video, she mentioned how hard it is to make friends in Germany because individuality is not really welcome here. I agree. In Germany, homeschooling is outlawed, insults are punishable by fines or even jail time, and people are forced to be quiet between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Germans see this as normal, but someone like me sees a pattern. The state assumes we all want the same life, that we all accept the school system for 9 years, even if it teaches useless things most of the time, that we all want to be nice and never insult anyone, and that we all sleep at night. And most Germans really do live that way. Watch the state news at 8 p.m., watch the same old crime show after that, then go to bed. They assume everyone else does too. That's why I find it funny when Germans make fun of North Americans for being close-minded, because Germans also refuse to look outside their box. There's currently a woman in Bavaria making headlines because she refuses to pay for state TV. She argues that the reporting isn't balanced. Examples would include the war in Ukraine or coverage of right-wing parties. Again, I'm not saying this is true. My main issue is another one, that almost nobody asks if we even need state-funded news in the first place. Hello? Ever heard of the internet? Or that some people don't even care about news at all? Personally, I mostly watch news in English from outside Germany, because what happens to Germany feels irrelevant to me anyway. That is because in Germany, most voters still vote for left-wing political parties that invite Islamic immigrants, which is not good for me as a gay person. Germans are free to make that choice, but I don't have to agree with it. So in my opinion, Germany is lost for me anyway, because I don't want to support a country that will become an Islamic state in a century or so, and I know what I'm talking about, because my father is a Muslim. So again, why should I pay for something I don't even use? The news I actually watch comes from international reporters on YouTube, and it's free. They don't force me to hand over money, and honestly, I get way more valuable information from them than I would ever get from a conceited German broadcaster. Forcing people to pay for news they don't want to see is a human rights violation. It's embarrassing that this isn't being talked about worldwide. Germany is supposed to be modern, progressive, and a model of freedom. But here, individuality doesn't count, because everyone pays, even if they don't own a TV or radio. And yes, I'm not joking. The German mindset basically goes like this. Oh, you don't own any electronic devices? Too bad. You still have to pay for so-called neutral news. And German people who think this way still consider themselves intelligent. Honestly, it's an embarrassment. And that's why this whole debate feels outdated. People keep arguing about bias inside German state TV, when the real issue is freedom from being forced to fund it.